Hello, good morning students. So today we'll see next chapter, that is chapter number 16, environmental issues. So this is the last chapter which is allotted to me for the present academic year. Okay, so today we'll begin with this chapter, that is environmental issues. Okay, so here in this chapter, before starting with this chapter, let us see introduction of this chapter, that is as you all know, that is your human population which is existing on earth. Nowadays it is increasing in size enormously. It has been increased over the past hundreds of years, and when there is increase in human population on this earth, that will automatically increase the demand for food, water, home, electricity, roads, automobiles and other commodities. Okay, so as the population grows, the need also is going to grow, and as the need grows, that those needs are going to exert tremendous pressure on our natural resources. And when there is a pressure on our natural resources, that is going to contribute to the pollution of our environment, or you can say that is going to contribute to the pollution of air, water and soil. So here you can say that the increasing population is going to have effects on natural resources, as well as it is going to lead to pollution. And then, knowing all this, what we should do is that is the need of the hour is to check the degradation and depletion of our precious natural resources. Why? You may ask me why should we check, or why should we keep control on the degradation and the depletion of our resources? Because the natural resources which are present on earth are limited. Remember, that is the human population may be growing, but remember, the natural resources which are present on earth are not growing, they are limited. Okay, right, and those limited natural resources will go on depleting as there is increase in population. So a need of the hour is to what is the basic thing, what we should do is now is to check the degradation, keep the control on degradation and depletion of our precious natural resources. And when you are preserving your natural resources, right, along with this you have to take care that there is no more pollution. And pollution, that is no more pollution means, I don't say that, or it does not mean that there should be no development. Along with development, that is pollution should be controlled. So you have to keep the check on degradation and depletion of natural resources, as well as pollution, without halting the process of development. Development should go on, and pollution, we have to reduce the pollution. That's it. So keeping this in mind, in this chapter you are going to study regarding the different aspects of pollution. So before going in deep about the pollution, first we need to understand what do you mean by this word pollution, or what is the definition of pollution. So this pollution is nothing but, you can define it as, it is an undesirable change in the physical, chemical or biological characteristics of air, land, water or soil is referred as pollution. Once again I'll repeat, pollution is referred as, it is an undesirable change or unwanted change in the physical, chemical or biological nature, or you can call characteristic of air, land, water or soil. Okay, then how this pollution occurs? So this pollution is caused by pollutants. Then what do you mean by pollutants? So pollutants are nothing but the agents that bring about pollution, or you can say agents that bring about such undesirable change in the environment are called as pollutants, or in shortcut, that is, pollutants are the agents that cause pollution. So here they have given, that is, there is increase in the human population or population explosion. Explosion means sudden increase. It will increase the demand of food, water, home, electricity, automobiles, etc., and that will automatically lead to pollution. And then here when there is pollution, when there are pollutants, what we should do? So in order to control pollution, or in order to control environmental pollution, Government of India has passed Environment Act, or you can say Environment Protect Act, in the year 1986. Okay, this act was passed to protect and improve the quality of our environment. That is, environment in the sense air, water, land, soil, etc. So this Environmental Protection Act was was brought by Government of India, or you can say that is Environment Protection Act was passed by Government of India in the year 1986 in order to protect as well as improve the quality of our environment. Okay, so you can see the pictures. In the pictures, that is how we have polluted our environmental, that is soil, water, as well as air. Okay, then so first one in this chapter you are going to learn regarding the air pollution and its control. Okay, then air pollution, these are all the basic things what you are learning. Once again, you have learnt in your high school as well. Okay, so and everyone is aware about what is air pollution. So this air pollution, before going to air pollution, then the question arises, why do you need air? So that is, we are dependent on air for our respiratory needs. Okay, because we need air to respire, and the quality of air we are respiring is also important. And when we are polluting the air which we respire, that will lead to many of the complications. So when the air is getting polluted, contaminated, that is called as air pollution. And if we want to control this air pollution, what best we can do, we will see in this part. So air pollution, what are the causes of air pollution? First one is here, this air pollution, particulate and gaseous air pollutants from the smokestacks of the thermal power plants, smelters, etc. Then your pollutants from automobiles. Those are all few reasons for the pollution of airs. Okay, so here you can say that is a small particulate means small, very tiny particles, as well as gaseous air pollutants, maybe sulfur dioxide or nitrogen oxide, which are coming from the smokestacks. That is, smokestacks is nothing but the chimney. You might have seen in the sugar factories, that is big large tube like structures are there, that is pipe like structures, those are the chimneys, or funnels used for discharging the smoke from the factory, those are called as smokestacks. So the gaseous air which is coming from the smokestacks of thermal power plants. Then smelters means these are the machines which are machines for taking metal out of rock by melting it, by heating it, those are called as smelters. Okay, so whatever these gases are coming from these smelters or other industries, they are going to pollute the air. Okay, then also the vehicles on the road, that is maybe two-wheelers or the three-wheelers or the four-wheelers, Okay, so those all the vehicles are releasing the pollutant, different toxic gases, and those will pollute the air. Then these, according to your Central Pollution Control Board (CPCB), your particulate size of less than 2.5 micrometer in diameter causes greatest harm to human health, because these particulate matters, when we are breathing, these particulate matters will go inside and they get settled in your lungs, so they are very much fatal to human beings, they say. So here the pictures they are, see here, they have given you the reasons, all the reasons for air pollution, that is the smokes which is coming from the chimney, okay, and the automobiles, burning of the gases. So these are all going to lead to the causes of air pollution. Then, so what are the harmful effects of air pollution? So that is whenever you are going to pollute the air, that is going to cause harm to the human beings as well as plants, animals also. Not only human beings but all the creatures on the earth will be facing one or the other problems due to this air pollution. The first one is here, main thing is when the air pollutants, when the air is getting polluted, that is going to cause injury to all the living organisms. So here the particulates which are present in the air will cause respiratory problems, that is difficulty in breathing, then irritation, inflammations, and damage to the lungs, and as well as premature deaths. Okay, then in plants there is a reduction in growth as well as the yield of the crops, and then you can also see that there is premature death of the plant. So you can see the diagrams they have given in this slide, that is how there is reduction in the size, reduction in growth and the yield of the crops, and finally how they die. Okay, so the lung diagram also they have given on the left side, that is the comparison between a relatively healthier lung, that is left side, to the lung of the person staying in Delhi. Means the black color, it has been become the two pictures. So there one is one healthy one, pink color, pinkish red, then second one is blackish, it has become. It is because of the people who are living in Delhi, they are going to continuously respire the polluted air, and by taking the polluted air your lungs get damaged. Okay, they have shown you. Then this is, you have seen the harmful effects of that is harmful effects of here, that is air pollution. And one thing is here, harmful effects of the that is harmful effects of this air depends upon concentration of the pollutants, how much concentration of pollutants are there in the air, then duration of the exposure, how long you are coming in contact with these gases, that is also going to affect the that is the health of the organism, duration of exposure as well as the organism, that is on these all the factors, that is harmful effects are dependent. Okay, so if you are continuously exposed to the dirty air or the polluted air, that may cause the number of problems. Then okay, so you have seen regarding the reasons for, that is causes for air pollution, then harmful effects of air pollution, then coming to the control of air pollution. So here that is first thing is you have to separate or filter out particulate matters before releasing the harmless gas into the atmosphere. Okay, so you cannot simply let out any of the gases from the factory or the any industries. First you have to separate or filter out the particulated matter before releasing this harmless gas into the atmosphere. Then second thing that is you can do is use of lead free petrol or diesel, then use of catalytic converters, then phasing out of old vehicles. You have to, that is quit old vehicles and go for new one, then use of low sulfur petrol and diesel, application of pollution free or pollution level norms for vehicles, then use of compressed natural gases. So these are all the few things what you can go for, what you can opt for controlling the air pollution. So here, that is, when it comes to separate or filter out particulated matter before releasing the harmless gas into the atmosphere. Okay, there are several ways to remove the particulated matter, and the most widely used is an electrostatic precipitator. Okay, so here electrostatic precipitator. So this electrostatic precipitator, the diagram they have given, this diagram is important. Okay, that is a scrubber. They may ask you for 3 marks question, or they are asking the electrostatic precipitator, that is, draw a neat label diagram of electrostatic precipitator. Okay, so you have to be perfect with this diagram along with the labelings. Okay, so this electrostatic precipitator, it is a device which can remove, that is, which is meant to remove particulate matter, small granules which are present in the air, and this it can remove 99% of the particulated matter which are present in the air, or in the, that is, which are present in the exhaust which is coming out from the thermal power plant. That is, thermal power plant will be releasing the exhausts, and 99% of the whatever the exhaust which are coming will contain, that is the exhaust which are coming from the thermal power plants will be containing the particulated matter. And if you go for electrostatic precipitator, this precipitator will remove 99% of the particulated matter. Then how does it do this then? So this what does it do is, this device, it has got electrode wires that are remained at very high 1000, or these are maintained at, it hasn't got electrode wires. So electrostatic precipitator, you see the diagram there, so you can see that is wires are there, electrodes, you call it as electrodes, which are maintained at very high temperature 1000 volts, which and thereby when they are kept at very high temperature, they are going to produce a corona, like a negatively charged wire which will produce corona like that, releases electrons, and these electrons go and attach to the dust particles when you are blowing the air from one side. Okay, and then the electrons which are released from the, that is, the electrons which are released from the wires, okay, or the electrons which are coming out from this negatively charged wires, they go and attach to dust particles, and thus the dust particles will also become negatively charged. And this, what happens to these negatively charged particles now? Now these negatively charged particles, they go and get attracted to the collecting plates that attract charged dust particles. So here, that is, the collection plates grounded, they have written, see, those are all maintained, that is they will be positively charged, and here that is, the dust particle along with the electrons will be carrying negatively charged, and thence as the opposite charges attract each other, so the, that is your electrons which attach to the dust particle will become negatively charged, and then the collecting plates which are grounded, those grounded plates, we are going to attract the charged dust particles. Okay, right, and the collecting plates, so when you blow the air from one side till it reaches the another side, you will get a clean air, because all the dust particles will be attracted by this corona, and it will become negatively charged, and all that negatively charged dust particles, when they start moving, they will be attracted towards the collection plate. Okay, so then here what they do is, the velocity of the air between the plates must be low, they keep it low. When the air is flowing through these plates, collection plates, it is slow. Okay, so it that is, must be low enough to allow the dust to fall, because when it is very fast, the dust cannot fall. Okay, so the velocity of the air which is passing through this electrostatic precipitator is kept slow, so that the dust is going to fall in the collecting grounded plates. Okay, So this is regarding this is how that is particulated matters are removed through electrostatic precipitator. They will ask you this for guaranteed for 3 marks, or that is 2 marks diagram for 2 marks question, okay, or 3 marks question. The next one is in that only scrubber. So scrubber, that is, it is the device which can remove gases like sulfur dioxide, that is, it can be sulfur dioxide. Here what do they do is, in this device exhaust is passed through a spray of, you can see it is the exhaust, dirty air is going to pass through, it is pass through a spray of lime, or a spray of that is, it is passed through, it is spray of water or lime. Then here what the difficulty here is in a scrubber is, very small particulates are not removed by this precipitator. Sorry, here one thing is, here recently we have realized, nowadays it is realized that the dangers of particulate matter that are very very small and are not removed by these precipitators. It may be the scrubber or the precipitators, they are unable to remove the very smaller particulated matter which are present in the air. No doubt these are the two devices which are going to be used for removing the particulated matter. One is electrostatic precipitator and another one is scrubber, but still these are not efficient to remove the very small particles. Okay, right. Then here, as I already told you, according to your central CPCB, that is Central Pollution Control Board, that is particulate size less than, that is particulate size of 2.5 micrometers or less in diameter are responsible for causing greatest harm to human beings. Okay, because these very fine particles which are less than 2.5 that is micrometer can be inhaled deep into the lungs, and they cause breathing or the respiratory problems, symptoms, okay, which may include irritation, inflammation, damage to the lungs, or sometimes premature death. Okay, right. Then next is about the this is all regarding the air pollution. The next one is regarding, before going to the air, that is noise pollution. Here they have told you regarding air control of air pollution. How you can do the control of air pollution, that is by using catalytic converters. So here catalytic converters, so as you all know, that is automobiles are the major causes for atmospheric pollution, especially the air, especially in the metropolitan cities where the number of vehicles increase on the street, and this problem is now shifting to other smaller cities, towns, etc. Okay, then for this purpose, what happens is the proper maintenance of this vehicle is also necessary. So here for the control of air pollution, they are going to use they are using catalytic converters. Okay, so this catalytic converters, these are the devices to reduce the emission of poisonous gases. So what does it exactly have? It has platinum, palladium and rhodium as catalyst. Okay, these catalytic converters, these are going to have expensive metals like platinum, palladium, rhodium as the catalyst. They are fitted, the vehicles are fitted, or you can say these catalytic converters are fitted into the automobiles for reducing the emission of poisonous gases. So here in what happens in this catalytic converters, unburnt hydrocarbons will be will be burnt to carbon dioxide plus water. Carbon monoxide will get converted to carbon dioxide. Nitric oxides will get converted to nitrogen. So in that is, in total, you can say catalytic converters are nothing but it is an exhaust emission control device. Exhaust emission control device that convert toxic gases It is a device which converts that is toxic gases and pollutants in exhaust gases. What are the exhaust gases are coming from the vehicle? Those will contain toxic gases and pollutants. Okay, and these pollutants are made less toxic. And then what they do is these less toxic gases will go and combine with oxygen, with carbon monoxide, with unburnt hydrocarbon to form carbon dioxide and water. Okay. So here one thing you should remember is when you are using, that is motor vehicles which are having catalytic converters, should use lead free unleaded petrol, or you can say should use unleaded petrol. It should be free from lead, because your lead is going to inactivate the catalytic activity of these converters. Okay, so for this purpose the catalytic converters are used. Then another thing is about the CNGs. Okay, so CNGs, that is CNG controlling vehicular pollution, a case study in Delhi. Okay, that is they had given you regarding the how to control air pollution. It was done in Delhi long back ago. That is here what did they do is in 1990 here Delhi was ranked 4th among the 41 most polluted cities of the world. Okay, and then as the air pollution in Delhi became very serious, then the public interest litigation PIL was filed in the Supreme Court. Okay, so here what did the Supreme Court, under its directives, the government was asked to take within a specified period of time and appropriate measures. Okay, after the filing of this, that is public interest litigation, Supreme Court ordered the government to take appropriate measures, like including switching over the entire fleet of public transport, that is buses, from diesel to CNGs. Okay, so what happened is all the buses in Delhi were converted to run on CNG by the end of 2002. Okay, so then you may ask me the question, why only CNG? What is so much special about the CNGs? What is the advantage of CNGs? So in order to reduce the air pollution, especially in the Delhi, they opted for the CNG. Then the CNG is that is compressed natural gas. What is its advantage? The first thing is it is better, cheaper than petrol and diesel. It burns more efficiently, unlike petrol or diesel in the automobiles. Okay, because the petrol and diesel are remained unburnt, but this CNG, that is compressed natural gas, is going to be burning very efficiently. Okay, then it is cheaper than your petrol or diesel. Then third one is it is not siphoned off by thieves and adulterated. Siphoned off means that is it is not stealed by the thieves, and adulterated like petrol and diesel. Adulterated means that is mixing, cannot be done. Okay, but there are certain, along with the certain benefits, there are certain there are certain demerits of this CNG. First thing is that is no doubt is cheaper than petrol or diesel, but one thing is it is main problem is CNG is about the difficulty of laying down pipelines to deliver CNG through distribution points, okay, pumps, and ensuring uninterrupted supply. Okay, difficulty of laying down pipelines to deliver. You have to put the pipeline from one place to another place, one country to another country, okay, through distribution points or pumps, etc. Okay, it is very tedious. Okay, it is difficult. Then another thing is that is the problem with CNG. So here, so you cannot go for this CNG, because it has got its own problems, okay, of distribution through pipelines. Then here government of India has also done new auto fuel policy, okay, to cut down vehicular pollution in Indian cities. Okay, so what that is, especially as I was telling you regarding the Delhi, it was highly polluted cities. It is one of the that is ranked fourth among the 41 cities. So Delhi government has also taken certain measures for reducing its pollution, that is discontinuing the use of old vehicles, the use of unleaded petrol, use of low sulfur petrol and diesel, use of catalytic converters in vehicle, then application of stringent pollution level norms for vehicles. So these are all the things which the government has undertaken. Then next is regarding the noise pollution. Okay, so this noise pollution, what do you mean by noise then? Before understanding noise pollution, you have to understand what do you mean by noise. So noise is nothing but it is an undesirable high level of sound. Okay, so uh, here sound is okay, but noise is going to be undesirable. It is very much unpleasant to your ears. That is nothing but the noise. In India, that is the Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act in 1981 was amended in 1987 to introduce noise as an air pollutant. Okay, noise can also become under air pollution. Okay, so here, so noise, we don't feel like hearing it. No doubt there are some people who are very much used to loudspeakers with pleasure and entertainment, but there are certain bad effects of this also. Okay, because this noise, when you hear too much, that loud noise is going to cause psychological as well as physiological disorder in human beings. Okay, so here, that is the sources of noise pollution. So which are the sources then? The first one is the music instruments, then loudspeakers, crackers, industries, etc. These are all the few that is causes for noise pollution. So as I already mentioned you, that is what are the harmful effects of noise pollution. So when you hear the noise, too much of noise for longer period of time, it is going to cause psychological as well as physiological disorders. Suppose if we are that is, if we are in a bigger city, the bigger will be the function, the greater will be the noise. Okay, so if we are briefly exposing yourself, okay, so if you are briefly exposing yourself for the extremely high sound level, that is 150 decibel or more, dB means decibel or more, which is generated either by taking when the aeroplane takes off or your jet takes off. Okay, that 150 decibel, above 150 decibel may damage your eardrums also. So sound level above 150 decibel, which is generated by your spacecraft, that is jet plane or a rocket, may also damage your eardrums. Okay, and then if you are continuously, even chronic exposure to the relatively lower noise level of the cities, if you are continuously getting exposed to such noise in the cities, that may lead to, okay, that is going to cause that is relatively lower noise may damage hearing abilities of man. Okay, so permanently he may lose his hearing capacity. Noise is also going to cause sleeplessness. You don't get proper sleep if you have noise. Then increased heartbeat, then alerted human pattern. So these are all the different you can say problems which are related to air noise pollution. Then this noise pollution, how to control this? So here you can see that is the control of noise pollution has to be done. So first one is use of, how to control is use of noise sound absorbent materials in the industries. Okay, so industries, they are going to use sound absorbent. Then de-elimination of horn free zones around hospitals and schools. Okay, so you have to reduce. Then permissible sound levels of crackers and loudspeakers. Then next one is delimit the timings of using loudspeakers. So these are all the steps. Okay, so these are all the steps of controlling noise pollution. That is the use of sound absorbent, horn free zones, permissible sound levels, then timings, loudspeakers, etc. Okay, so then laws and policies in India to control vehicular pollution. So first one is about the that is new auto fuel policy. Okay, so here that is auto fuel policy. It was mainly introduced to cut down vehicular pollution in Indian cities. Okay, so this according to new auto fuel policy, that is it has led and roadmap to cut down vehicular pollution in Indian cities. Okay, so here first one is more stringent norms for fuel means, that is what they'll do is according to this policy, that is steadily reducing the sulfur and aromatic content in petrol and diesel. Then another thing is about the Euro second norms. Okay, control sulfur content to 150 ppm in diesel and 150 ppm in parts per million in petrol. Then levels of aromatic hydrocarbons is to be at 42% of the fuel. Then in future reduce sulfur to 50 ppm in petrol and diesel and bring down the level to 35%. Upgrade vehicle engines. So these are all the laws and policies in India to control vehicular population. So especially this Euro second norms. Okay, so then this is all regarding the noise pollution, which comes under air pollution only. Okay, so auto fuel that is next one is regarding the water pollution and its control. So here the name itself or the picture itself shows you how dirty they have made the river and how it is causing how is it pollution caused and how can we control it. So first one is water pollution. So here water, human beings are going to make use of these water bodies which are around them. Okay, so you can see human beings are abusing the water bodies around the world by disposing them all kinds of waste. Okay, so 0.1% impurities in water make domestic sewage unfit for human use. Okay, so here you can say that is water pollution is nothing but water. When you add impurities to the water or the pollutants are going to get deposited in the water, that is going to lead to the pollution of water. So human beings are going to cause damage to the water bodies around them by putting all kinds of waste. Then water that is can wash away everything, not taking revenge of the that is never they take the revenge. They simply go on tolerating whatever the human beings go on doing. So here when you add 0.1% of the impurities in water, that domestic water is going to get converted into sewage. Okay, and then that sewage water will contain suspended solids, colloidal materials, dissolved materials. Then the suspended solids are nothing but sand, slit, clay, etc. Then colloidal materials like fecal matter, bacteria, cloth, paper, fabrics, etc. Then dissolved matter within the pollutant is nothing but the nutrients like nitrate, ammonia, phosphate, sodium, calcium, etc. So these are all there in the that is sewage water, and those have to be filtered and then utilized. Here you can say domestic sewage and industrial effluents. So here that is as we work with water in our homes and the cities and towns, we wash everything into the drains. Okay, then what that is and this water, whatever is we wash, whatever the water we are going to be released from the homes and the hospitals, where does it go? Is it being treated before it is approaching the nearest river? A mere 0.1% impurities like domestic waste, they are going to make the water unfit for human use. Okay, so there's domestic sewage and the industrial effluents. The removal of dissolved materials, organic compounds and toxic metal ions are the most difficult. And you already know that the domestic sewage usually contains biodegradable organic matter which can be decomposed by microorganisms. Then the amount of biodegradable matter in sewage water is estimated by measuring its BOD. So here the impurities whatever we are letting, those are all that is they are going to increase. Okay, the food we throw and all the green vegetables we are going to throw, that is going to increase the productivity of the food in the college. Okay, so and that the removal of that is whenever when you are going to add this all the sewage, the organic content of the water is going to increase. Okay, and then organic content, organic matter, when it increases, that is going to lead to the water pollution. Okay, so here there is you can say that whenever the water polluted water is there, then especially it will contain solids. These solids are very easy to remove, but the difficult things are dissolved salts like nitrates, phosphates and other nutrients, and then toxic metals, ions and organic compounds. So here the domestic sewage contains biodegradable organic matter, and these are decomposed by microorganisms, and the amount of biodegradable organic matter which are present in the sewage water is estimated by your BOD. So the graph is going to show you, the pink color is going to show you the dissolved oxygen, how it is increasing, and the blue color is also the biological oxygen demand. Okay, so here during biodegradation, your microorganisms consume O2. It results in the sharp decline in the dissolved oxygen, and this may cause the death of aquatic organisms. Okay, and the presence of more nutrients is also in the water is also going to cause excess growth of planktonic algae, that is algal blooms, and when there is algal bloom, that is going to impart characteristic color to the water bodies as well as deteriorates the water quality, resulting in death of many of the fishes. Okay, and some bloom forming algae are extremely toxic to human beings and animals also. So this, that is whenever the domestic waste is liberated in the water before treating, that is also going to cause the pollution of that tank. Okay, so then your domestic sewage and industrial effluents, that they have given the example of that is water hyacinth, Eichhornia crassipes. And this water hyacinth is the most problematic aquatic weed, which is also called as terror of Bengal. So this weed, they grow widely in eutrophic water bodies. So this what they do. Then here about the sewage which is coming from the homes, hospitals and your restaurants, they all contain pathogens that cause dysentery, typhoid, jaundice, cholera, etc. The industrial wastewater will also contain toxic substances like DDT, heavy metals like mercury, cadmium, copper, lead, etc. and organic compounds. So this is in brief about the how the domestic waste or the domestic sewage, which is or the industrial effluents which are released into the rivers, how they affect the what really they cause, what are the outcomes of this. Okay, you have seen in brief. So in the next class you are going to see the next part of this chapter is about the biomagnification, or you can say we are going to see regarding the that is biomagnification concept.